Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and jump on in. We're going to look at this recent past, current energy, and immediate future with oracle cards first, and then we'll dive deeper into the reading with tarot as we progress. But first, let's start with looking at this recent past energy, Sagittarius. What have you guys been dealing with? What's been going on in your energy here? Okay, hang on. This is interesting. Don't let your past hold you back with your hard work is paying off. I'm going to come back to that later. In this past energy, I feel like you have had to work through a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, a lot of old belief systems. And I feel like you've been putting in as much effort as really possible here. Because with this, your hard work is paying off. I feel like putting in the work that's needed, but I also feel like this has been a really slow progress, especially with the underlying being surrendered to the divine. This has been really slow progress here, and I think that there have been a lot of times where maybe you felt like giving up on this journey, or you felt as if it isn't worth it. Okay, so at the very beginning, I started having that song, the Celebrate Good Times. Come on, celebrate. And I was like, that's interesting because the energy that I was channeling in this past energy was kind of, it was like frustrating and resistant. And I think that that's the energy, not that you've been resistant, but just feeling like constantly hitting resistance. And I feel like that's what you have been dealing with. But I feel like things are about to shift here. Sagittarius, current energy for you here. That was the past energy. You are good enough and confidence is your key to success. So you're still on this journey and you've been on this journey for a really long time. And I think that, there's this energy that you're currently in about doubting your worth or your ability to get there. I feel like the universe is like surprising you with something. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like a reward in a way for like your effort, for your consistency, for your commitment to yourself, your commitment to the journey. What is this future energy here for Sagittarius? I'm picking up on that. Obviously, it hasn't happened yet. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay. We're gonna redo that because that's a lot. What in the world? Okay. What does Sagittarius need to know moving forward on this path? Let's see where this is taking you. Immediate future for Sagittarius here. Surrender to the divine, believe in the impossible, withhold your vision. This to me feels like the manifestation of something really big. Something that feels very unexpected. It feels almost as if this, I was going to say comes out of the blue, and this is Blue Moon card. It feels like this comes really out of the blue. And I will say, manifestation makes it look like it happens overnight because so much of the journey is kind of behind the scenes, and the mental shifts and the belief system shifts and the small moments of showing up and putting in the work and not seeing results and, having mental breakdowns because of it and continuing to pick yourself up and show up. And then it's like all of a sudden things start to happen and it happens really quickly, but it's like the buildup of all of the work that you've put in paying off. That's what this future energy kind of feels like here. And again, it kind of feels like it's a surprise. Overall theme of this for Sagittarius, I don't know what it is, and since this is a general reading, I don't know if it's going to come through, but I do feel like this is more kind of confirmation of continuing to show up for yourself, continuing to show up for the journey that you're on. Overall theme of this reading for Sagittarius. Connection. Oh, I love this card. It's almost like the 5D catches up with the 3D. Like, that's what this feels like. Like, it's like you've been shifting so much internally and doing so much of that work, like maybe shadow work or healing or growth or expansion. And it's like it finally catches up in the 3D. That's what this feels like. The outer world finally starts to match the inner world. And Sagittarius, this feels like this has been a long time coming direction here. Direction and connection. I feel like this is like this outcome, this like portal, this outcome that has seemed or felt so far away and so impossible for so long. It's like all of a sudden you're standing right in front of it and you're like, what just happened? It's like everything starts to shift at once. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what we've got here for you, Sagittarius. Let's look at this past energy. Your hard work's paying off. Don't let your past hold you back. I feel like you've had to break either one or multiple old cycles. Like this has not been an easy journey for you, Sagittarius. Past energy here. Slow. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady. One painfully slow step at a time. Sun in reverse. I feel like there's been this energy of kind of struggle, and again, like the Sun in reverse, kind of everything feeling really out of reach. And I feel like your soul starting to feel really burnt out from this journey. And this is what I said, like, this is why at the very beginning, I thought it was really interesting because I heard that, celebrate good time song, but then the energy that I'm in is like, I'm frustrated, I'm overwhelmed, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. So I was like, that's interesting because that's such conflicting energy, right? Because it's like, why are you celebrating that when that's certainly not what you want? And I think that this is something that, and I don't know what this is talking about. This could be like a metaphorical journey, like a spiritual journey or a growth journey or a healing journey. This could be the journey of like building a business or trying to attract healthier love. Like it can be anything. And you've really been showing up for this for a long time, Sagittarius. And with this Ace of Wands, I feel like it's a very determined energy. Like even when you felt not motivated or you felt, like things weren't working out, I feel like this is you continuing to show up in that. Burnt out though. Tired, overwhelmed. But showing up anyway. I feel like you've overcome a lot I feel like you've overcome a lot of things that a lot of people would have given up on. That's the energy that I'm pulling for you guys, especially with like this past energy. Given up on or overcame a lot of things that a lot of people would have given up on. Current energy for you, Sagittarius. Confidence is your key to success. You are good enough. Whoa. Seven of Wands in reverse. So you're doubting yourself right now. You're doubting whether you're good enough, whether it's ever going to happen, whether you're going to get there, whether it's possible. There's a lot of self-doubt in this energy, and that's so natural on any journey. There might be some imposter syndrome. You know, imposter syndrome is this belief that you don't really know what you're doing and you don't really have any idea, you know, and you're not fit to be in the places that you wish to be. And none of that is true, okay? I also feel like this self-doubt is because you're stretching yourself to believe in kind of this next level of your life. One thing that I've noticed about my own journey, and I think that if you tie it to kind of psychology, it makes a lot of sense, is that right before things shift for the better, I go through these periods of intense fear and intense self-doubt where I just am like, what is going on? Like, I can't, you know, I can't sustain this, or I can't hold this, or I can't get there. You know, I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this, or whatever. I go through periods like that. And then, you know, I think during those periods is where a lot of people tend to self-sabotage. They either give up on the journey, or they throw in the towel, or they're like, I don't want to keep doing this, you know, whatever the case is. And I think that you might be kind of in the thick of that. But I will say, it feels like you're at the very end of a journey, like right before things shift. It feels like you are on like the tail end. Current energy for Sagittarius. And I will say, the closer you get to the end of like a cycle or a journey, the harder things seem, the more intense it all feels. And I think you're there right now. What else here for Sagittarius? The Magician. You have all of the tools that you need. You have all of the tools that you need. Because that's, you know, when you look at the Magician card, you have all of the different aspects of tarot, right? You've got the cups, you've got the pentacles, the wands. Where's swords? I know it's on here. Oh, swords at the very top. It's like you have everything you need, but you have everything you need because of the journey that you've been on. Like, you've been building skills and talents and abilities and knowledge, and it's almost like now is time to really put a lot of that to use. You know, so much of co-creation, manifestation, building something, like whatever verbiage fits your belief system, your vocabulary. It's less about what you're doing and more about the energy that you're bringing. And when we, you know, try to expand ourselves beyond what we are used to, right? Like, we step into a new role, or we try to build something new, or we try to create something better for ourselves, we are inevitably going to hit obstacles and challenges and setbacks that cause us to work through fear, to work through self-doubt, to work through insecurity, to work through limiting beliefs. And I've really learned that, you know, in the past, like I hated those things because it was like, I just want this journey to be easy. I just want to get there. But now I've learned that these things are opportunities for me to show up as the version of myself that I'm trying to become. It's almost like the universe's way of like getting me into shape, like getting me into like spiritual shape, to be able to be to hold, to sustain, to show up for whatever it is that I'm aligning with. And this is where I think people get manifestation kind of a little mixed up, is we don't manifest what we desire, we manifest who we are. So when we want to attract something, when we pray for something, when we go after something, so much of the journey is about being the person that we need to be, to have it, to sustain it, to hold it, to exist in it. And that's why the journey can feel so treacherous. It's like, if you pray for flowers, don't be surprised when it starts to rain. The rain isn't trying to keep you from the things that you desire. It's trying to prepare you, right? Flowers need rain to grow and to bloom. And I think that for you, this journey has definitely been long and hard and treacherous. And for sure, there have been a lot of times where maybe it felt unfair, you felt like giving up, but I feel like every single one of those moments that you kept going, you showed yourself, you showed the universe, like, I know what I'm worth, I know what I'm capable of. And that's, again, so much of those inner shifts, right? Going back to kind of as above, so below, as within, so without, those inner shifts have been creating the result the whole time. That's why this feels like it kind of just happens all at once, is because, again, the 5D catches up with the 3D. Current energy for Sagittarius. The 8 of Swords in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles. You've been working through limiting beliefs. This 8 of Swords in reverse is my favorite card in tarot, because it's about freeing yourself. It's about breaking free of the limiting beliefs and the fear and the insecurity that has kept you trapped and less than what you deserve. The 7 of Pentacles is like little by little. It's kind of like investment, right? You put in something small, but over time, when you put in small amounts, it all grows into something really big, kind of like saving money, right? If you save $20 a month or $20 a week, like, that doesn't feel like a lot, but then over a year or two, it starts to add up. I feel like this is really about understanding that it's all gonna pay off. It's just not happening in your timeline, but it's gonna happen exactly when it needs to, and kind of all at once here, which is interesting. I just got a new camera, so I'm trying to figure out how it all fits into the frame. I've had to adjust some things today. All right, immediate future for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know moving forward? Sagittarius expect on the other side of this? Whoa! The Hangman. We have surrender again. This feels a lot like relief. 3 of Pentacles. I kind of see this 3 of Pentacles as like pieces falling into place. Almost as if like it all... it all falls into place. And it's almost like, because it all happens and you start to see it happen, it's like you relax, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been supported this whole time. This is, this has all been happening to get me here. Like, this energy feels a lot like relief. And it happens fast. I told you. 8 of Wands. It happens fast. And I feel like it's hidden from your intuition. Or maybe I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe you feel something coming, but it's almost like specifically what it is. Like, you don't know. You don't know, but it's good and it's what you want. But it's not what you expect. Temperance, the 6 of Wands. It's like receiving. Kind of like ships coming in. Rewards, and that's what I said. And I think the 6 of Pentacles is kind of, it's like the reward for this journey and how much you've committed to it, and the patience and the everything. I mean, yeah, it all falls into place. And like I said, I don't know what it is, and I don't think you're supposed to know. I don't think you're supposed to know. I think you should just kind of let the universe surprise you here. I think if you try to figure it out, you're gonna get really confused. Because I think that this is, with the belief in the impossible, maybe something that you've written off as impossible, something that you don't even know is possible for you, maybe like opportunities that are like out of the blue where you're like, this is exactly what I wanted, but I had no idea it existed, kind of thing. I mean, it's good. And the universe is, yeah, it's almost like there's this surprise here. I like it. I like it a lot, obviously. I like it for you guys. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into this, see what else exists below this, these messages here, and then diving into tangible advice. So ultimately, like, what are you needing to know in order to move forward in alignment, or excuse me, what do you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? This is what you need to know. The extended is what you need to do. So diving deeper, like I said, and then I've got an advice card to pull at the very end. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, as always, for your support of me as a reader. I obviously hope that this helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. Bye, Sagittarius.